This is your astrologer Punit Pandey once again with another video for astrosage.com. Today, in this episode, I will be talking about houses and their signification. This is one of the very important part of learning Vedic astrology, or even in fact any branch of astrology. Each house, in Kundli we have total of 12 houses, and each house tells certain things. Whatever things are told or revealed by those houses is called signification. In Hindi, signification is called karakatva. Karakatva means what exactly each house tells us. All 12 houses are given lots of different karakat or signification. So there are tons of such karakats, and I cannot cover all of them here. So you can refer any book for that. But I will be talking some very important aspect of life and each house associated with them. Let me tell you about the first house. First house is as it is the first house, it is the primary and the most important house in a birth chart. This is also called Lagna in Hindi and ascendant in English. So this represents everything. If in a birth chart Lagna is not well positioned, then everything is destroyed. The health, wealth, longevity, fame, fortune, happiness, everything is gone. So, first house is the pillar of a birth chart, and this is very important. Apart from this fundamental thing about the first house, there are certain other things. First house represents body, first house represents birth. First house also represents how you look. First house represents health as well. So these are the basic things represented by first house. And as I said, it is important to remember that whole birth chart, whole kundli, whole horoscope is dependent on first house. Second house is the house of finance, house of family. So if second house is not well placed, then person will not be having good finance and good family, and hence it is very difficult to get good happiness. Apart from this, speech, what we say, is also represented by second house, and also the right eye is also represented by second house. Third house represents siblings, especially the younger siblings, your younger brother, your younger sisters. Third house also represents courage. So if you have a powerful third house, you will be doing good in courage. You will be doing good in sports, because sports requires you to have fighting spirit. All the sports person, they have very strong third house. Fourth house tells us, first thing is mother. So mother is very important, because through mother human psychology is connected as well. Fourth house also represents property. So one will be having property, one will not be having property. This will be told by fourth house. General luxury, especially conveyance in today's world, car and luxury car, these are also represented by fourth house. And most importantly, general happiness is denoted by fourth house. So if fourth house is good, a person will be happy. If fourth house is not good, person will not be happy. So due to this happiness factor, psychology factor, fourth house becomes very important in the chart of criminals. So if you will study chart of criminals, you will find that they have fourth house is spoiled. All bad planets, malefic planets are associated with fourth house. Fifth house is the house of intelligence, and all learned people do have good fifth house. Fifth house is also related to film stars, because it is a house of entertainment. So you will see in all film stars and people related to cinema, they have generally good fifth house. Fifth house is also a house of childbirth, and so this is very important pillar to sustain married life. Fifth house is also the house of love. So without fifth house, one cannot get love, and this is very very important. So fifth house also denotes some very important things. Sixth house is the house of diseases. So sixth house gives a lot of diseases, especially if not well placed, not well positioned. Sixth house is also house of maternal relatives, especially your mama, your mother's brother. Sixth house is also the house of enemy. So this is about the sixth house. Now let me talk about seventh house. Seventh house is the house of life partner. So in a male chart it represents wife, and in female chart it represents husband. In a business term it also represents a general partner. So if you do not have a good seventh house, you will not be able to do a partnership business, or you will not be able to gain much from the partnership business. This also represents a general married life. So if seventh house is not good, either you will not be able to get married, or even if you are able to get married, it will not be a happy married life, or it will represent divorce and separation. Eighth house is the second most negative house in astrology after sixth house, so that we have talked about. The eighth house represents general danger, sorrow, mental trouble, and quite a few negative things. So even when eighth house is activated, we can see sorrow, mental pain, trouble, scandals, ill repute. So we need to keep a good check on the eighth house while studying a birth chart. It also has a suddenness and randomness feature. So whatever things happen, it happens suddenly, and so this house plays an important role in turning the horoscope around. Ninth house represents father or guru, that is teacher. It is also a house of general religious and spiritual inclination. So if you have to planning to go to 4 different dhams, or want to go to take bath in river Ganga, then your ninth house must be activated. Ninth house is also a general house for good work, good social work. 10th house, which is again a Kendra house. Kendra house are the 1, 4, 7 and 10. These are the 4 most important houses in the birth chart, and 10th house is the last Kendra or cadent house in a birth chart. 10th house shows profession or livelihood. So how you earn, that is told by 10th house. 10th house also shows fame and honor in general. So if you do not have a good 10th house, you will not get fame, you will not get honor, even if you have a good intelligence, good skill and all. In that regard, 10th house becomes very important. 11th house is the house of gain, overall gain and happiness. So I would not say happiness, rather fulfillment of desire may be the right word. So gain and fulfillment of desire, these are the 2 important aspects of 11th house. Any acquisition, any gain, any profit is represented by 11th house. And that is the reason in financial terms 11th house becomes very important. And the last house is 12th house, which generally again a negative house like 6th house and 8th house, and it shows loss, it shows bondage, it shows jail, and it shows hidden enemies. So quite a few negative things. So people who lives in isolation generally have 12th house activated in jail, in hospital, and so on. If you are not able to earn well, then 12th house is activated. So this is about 12th house.